Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the cash app. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you send $1, $5, $10, $100. It is much appreciated, man, to everybody that's supporting. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know, man. And if that don't pop up when you see the PayPal, if my name don't, but like Dean by any means don't pop up and it say somebody else's, that ain't me. So just you know how I go. But yeah, man, I appreciate every last single one of y'all. But I came to talk about one of my favorite up and coming fighters, man. One of the best prospects in the game. Maybe one day a top three, top number one pound for pound fighter in the world. I am here to talk about Magneto, my young guy, my young fella Abdullah Mason out of Cleveland, Ohio. Oh my lord. Southpaw in a 135 division. And let me tell you something, yo. The fighter he reminds me the most of is Shakur Stevenson. I just gotta keep it 100. Shakur Stevenson, but I feel that he's a little more aggressive than Shakur. But not a knock against Shakur because I feel as though Shakur defense may be that a little bit better than Abdullah Mason's defense is. So that's just who he is, man. Like with power though, like I said, Abdullah Mason to get you out of here, man. He's been doing that. He's been stopping guys early. I'm talking about early, second, third round stoppages. It's just getting nasty to the point where they got to put Abdullah up against somebody that's an actual factor because I don't see nobody in that division besides a Shakur Stevenson or a Javante Davis that can beat him. And that's my honest opinion. I don't think nobody in that division besides those two fellas that I just named have a chance of beating him. But he's so young that I don't even think by the time it's time to make those fights that he will still be in that division. So 140 division, y'all need to look out because I truly think that Abdullah Mason, by the time he gets 22, 20, around that age where he really ready for those fights, I don't think he gonna be able to make the weight. If I'm being honest with you, when you 18 and you built like that, he didn't even really grow into his man body. He's just naturally going to gain weight. That is nothing he can do about and do about that. And I feel as though the weight division he really going to dominate is the 140 division. But Abdullah Mason, man, is just, oh my God, man. Like, what else can I say about the kid? The defense, the footwork, the jab, that straight left. And I'm a southpaw myself, y'all. So understand this, man. When you fight in a southpaw, if you can't stay out of the way of that straight left, it's probably going to be a long night because your body naturally, when you're a right-handed person, it naturally want to dip to the side that punch is coming from. And we're so used to as southpaws fighting right-handed people where they may have not had as many chances to fight us. That's what made Floyd Mayweather so good because Floyd Mayweather's it didn't matter if you was left-handed, right-handed, he had something for you. He knew how to attack either style. That's what made him him. Um, but Abdullah Mason, I mean, I just see stars in this guy future. I literally, if you don't know him and you ain't talking about him, I don't understand why. It's just you can't a lot. It'd be so funny, man. I be hearing people sit up there and say how much they love boxing and all this, that, and the third, but it's people like Abdullah Mason they probably never talk about. You dig what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate because him, David Morrell, I think are two. The same way I think about David Morrell is the same thing I feel about Abdullah Mason. Man, I just think he's unstoppable. I don't. That's why I call him Magneto because he literally could do everything. And if you know anything about Magneto and you've watched X-Men, you know that it's metal and damn near everything that is around you is metal in your body. It's metal in places you never even thought could be used against you. But when you somebody like Abdullah Mason that has every tool in the toolbox, I don't really see a weakness in his game. And it ain't too many fighters I can really say that about. If he stays disciplined at that young age that he is now, I think he's 19 now, 18, 19, whatever. If he stays, continue to get better as I expect him to, because as good as he is right now, you would expect that he would only get better. I mean, what's going to stop him? Like a power shot is what's going to stop him. I don't understand, because the chances of you going in there outboxing him, you might have a trilogy with him, because you're not going to just. It's not going to be that cut and dry if you go 12 rounds with Abdullah Mason, and that goes for anybody that fights him, including my guy Gervonta Davis. You go 12 rounds with Abdullah Mason, it's not. That's going to be an even fight. That's going to be a draw. That's going to be 7-5. That's, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that you decisively beat him unless you stop him, knock him out, things of that nature. I don't see nobody being able to just go in there and outbox that young man. He's that good. I truly believe he's that good, man. It needs to be talked about more. And like I said, I think that he's to put you in a mindset. If you don't know who this is, um, if you like Shakur Stevenson, you'll love Abdullah Mason. If you love Shakur Stevenson, you'll love Abdullah Mason. Um, Very similar styles, both southpaws. I think Shakur Stevenson's defense is a little better than Abdullah's, and I think that Abdullah is a little more aggressive than Shakur Stevenson. So both play well, but it's a small tick. It's not a super gap either way as far as those things that I was talking about. And I just feel as though, man, he's just a big kid, so I doubt that he'll be able to just stay at 135. I just don't see that being realistic. He's somebody I see taking the Terrence Crawford route. Like he really might go to 140, 147, and that's where he'll really be known at. Because like I said, he got a frame on him. As far as like he got broad shoulders and things like that, I pay attention to. He's so young. He's already at 135, and it don't even seem like he's making like he's looks bigger in there than the other guys. So I just really think that he's gonna go and dominate the 140 division, and everybody up there, y'all need to keep your eyes out for him, man. Especially if I'm his management team and people out there making fights for him, Bob Arum, you will hope that he would fight two, three, at least twice this year, because he's knocking everybody out so much. I think he fought twice, 2 or 3 times this year. I think he got to continue to do the same things. He's somebody, because the divisions that he's going to be fighting in already got so many people that take up so much attention. He's going to have to do what Jerron Boots Ennis is doing currently, and build his name up quickly though. Like, you got to do what David Morrell is doing. You got to do those type of things to get your name out there, because it's it's a lot of competition out there. It's a lot of competition out there in those weight divisions, especially. And but I also see him being a top 5 contender at whatever weight division he's at. That's how highly I think of that young man. I love guys that southpaws with a real box game, because I'm not a professional boxer, but I rumble myself, and I feel as though I got I can really hold my own, and the fits you give people when you thinking in there and they can't outthink you, and they not used to getting punches from those angles, and they not used to somebody actually moving side to side on them like a Lomachenko and things like that. Abdullah Mason does all of those. He's really like Magneto and goddamn X-Men, because it's really you better try to get inside his mind. That, I mean, like, Professor Xavier, that's what you better do. But other than that, he could destroy everything, because we do love boxing, right? This is boxing, and I don't see too many people in the world that can box better than him, that he would ever go up against. I'm talking about realistic people from 135 to 140, 147. But when I say 147, that's when he's in his 30s. I ain't talking about 147, next week. I'm talking about when he's in his 30s, and Jerron Boots Ennis and them are probably at 160 or whatever by that time. So, man, he's somebody you're gonna have to really deal with, man. If you really like Shakur Stevenson, if you love the sweet science, if you love the beauty of boxing, if you love somebody who has all those type of attributes, that makes it look easy in there, I don't think I'll be hard pressed to find a prospect better than Abdullah Mason if you want some guys to look at that you may not be, that up on. So man, y'all know what this is, man. Deem by any means. Shout out to Abdullah Mason, aka Magneto, man. Keep doing your thing, young man. Man, I love your box game, man. You already know what it is. Cash App, there it go. Dean by any means. You feel me? I appreciate $ Dean by any means. And there go my PayPal at Dean by any means. And if you go to the PayPal and that doesn't say that, it doesn't say me, it says somebody else. That is not me. Y'all already know how I get down. I appreciate y'all, man. Holla at me.